Picture this. One moment, you're the law. You carry a gun. You make arrests. The next, you're chasing a ball. On a field. In front of thousands. Sounds impossible, right? But this isn't fiction. This is the unbelievable true story of a man who traded his badge for football boots. His name was Fred. And in the sleepy town of Willow Creek, Fred was the sheriff. Everyone knew him. Everyone respected him. He was the kind of guy who knew every back road, every secret. He upheld the law. He kept the peace. It was his life, his destiny. Or so he thought, because deep down, Fred had a secret dream, a burning desire most people would laugh at. He wasn't dreaming of bigger cases or a fancier uniform. Fred was dreaming of tackles, of touchdowns, of roaring crowds. Yeah, Fred wanted to play professional football. Crazy, right? A sheriff, in his late 20s, trying to make it in a young man's game. Most said he was too old, too set in his ways. But Fred? He just laced up his boots. To understand why this was so wild, you need to know Fred's early life. Born and raised right there in Willow Creek, football was always his first love. He was a local high school legend. But college? Pro dreams? That wasn't the path for Fred. Life had other plans. Duty called. His family had a long history in law enforcement, so he followed in their footsteps. Became a deputy. Then, the sheriff. He was good at it. Damn good. But the old longing never really faded. It just sat there, waiting. So what changed? How does a fully fledged sheriff suddenly decide to chase a pipe dream? It started with a high school reunion, a chance conversation, an old teammate, now a scout for a minor league team. He saw something in Fred, not just the old fire, but the raw power he still had. A throwaway comment, "You still got it, Fred." And that one line, it ignited everything. But the real question was, could Fred actually walk away from everything he knew? Imagine the town council meeting. The whispers, the shock. Fred, the steady hand of Willow Creek, standing up, announcing his resignation. Not for another law enforcement job, not for retirement. For football. Yeah, you could bet that meeting was tense. His deputies were stunned. His family? Even more so. This wasn't just a career change. This was a seismic shift. He was risking everything. His reputation, his stability, his entire identity. All for a long shot. A wild gamble. But the truth is, Fred felt he had to try. This story is about more than just football. It's about career change challenges, about pursuing your dreams later in life, about defying expectations. Fred's journey became a testament to late bloomers in sports. He wasn't just playing football, he was proving a point. He enrolled in a tryout camp. The youngest player was 19. Fred was nearly 30. How do you compete with that? He had to rethink everything. His training regimen had to be intense. His mental game had to be unbreakable. Because in this brutal world, nobody cared you used to wear a badge. The transition was brutal. From the quiet authority of a sheriff's office to the chaotic, competitive world of a football camp. He was out of shape compared to these young guns. His body ached. He missed calls. Made mistakes. Teammates, barely out of high school, probably snickered. The old man wants to play pro? But what they didn't know was the sheer grit Fred had developed chasing criminals. The endurance for patrolling those endless county roads. This wasn't just physical. This was a mental battle. And Fred? He was ready for it. Slowly, things started to click. His years as a sheriff gave him a different kind of discipline, an ability to read situations, to anticipate. He wasn't the fastest or the flashiest, but he was smart. He was tough. He made the practice squad, a small victory. But doubt still gnawed at him. Was this all a huge mistake? Had he abandoned his town, his calling, for a childhood fantasy? Then, the call came. A preseason game. He was in. His chance. But what kind of player would this former sheriff be? It was a packed stadium. Lights glaring. Roar of the crowd. He wasn't in uniform, he was in a jersey. No badge, just a number on his back. Fred stepped onto that field, his heart pounding. Every single doubt, every sacrifice, Every late-night training session, it all led to this. Would he make a fool of himself? Or would he prove everyone wrong? The first play, a blur. The second, a tackle. He made it. A clean, solid tackle. The crowd barely noticed, but for Fred, it was everything. He wasn't just a sheriff anymore, he was a football player. Fred went on to have a respectable, if not Hall of Famer, career in the minor leagues. He played for a few seasons, proving that age is truly just a number when passion drives you. He never made it to the NFL, but that wasn't really the point. He proved he could do it. He showed that you can reinvent yourself, you can follow your dreams against all odds. His story became an inspiration for second chances in life. He wasn't just an athlete, he was a symbol of courage. But what happened to him after football? After his football days ended, Fred didn't disappear. He returned to Willow Creek, not as the sheriff, but as a legend. He brought back a new perspective, a different kind of wisdom. He opened a youth sports academy, mentoring young athletes, teaching them about discipline, about teamwork, about chasing dreams responsibly. He combined his love for law enforcement structure with the passion of sports. He showed that it's okay for your path to be winding, that sometimes the biggest lessons are learned off the beaten path. His legacy wasn't just in his tackles, but in his unwavering belief that life is too short not to try. Fred's story reminds us that life isn't a straight line. It's about taking those chances, about hearing that little voice inside you, even when everyone else says you're crazy. Because sometimes, the most unexpected detours lead to the most incredible destinations. So what's your football boots moment? What dream are you holding back from chasing? If Fred's courage inspired you, hit that subscribe button, like and share. We uncover stories like his all the time. And if you think this was wild, wait until you hear about the pilot who became a professional chef. You won't believe it.